Hey, what's going on, peoples? What's going on? I'm finally back inside my junky office. As you can tell behind me, I got urine kits, buttons, Phoenician Classic prototype flyers for next year. What's going on, Skinny Boy Vegan? What's going on, boss? Just doing a check-in with you guys, man. I try to do one early in the morning, like my normal routine of doing it at 10:30, but I had so many things going on this morning that when I was at Starbucks, I thought I could be able to do the live from Starbucks without missing a beat. But I kept cutting out, breaking in, and man, it just was a complete disaster this morning. So I opted to come on this evening and do a live this evening. So I'm not gonna take up too much of your time this evening. But man, I just want to do a quick check-in and let you guys know exactly what we have going on. All right, so over my show, you see those urine cat tests? See those urine kits? See those urine kits? That's right. That's right. Those urine kits are back there for anybody, any of the pros that place in the top three. Those urine kits for those pros. Anybody who turns pro, WNBF Pro at the Phoenician Classic, those urine kits for those future WNBF pros. That's right. We're going to test you. We might even have a couple of randoms that we might do. You never know. Yeah, I'm willing to drop that $65 out of my own pocket to do some randoms just because that's just how I roll. First class all day. What's going on, Kaden? Glad to see you popped in here, boss. You should be stepping on stage next week, big man. You should be stepping on stage next week, hoping that you turn pro so I can add another WNBF Men's Physique Pro to the table. But let me do this right quick because I want to give this guy a shout out. Jamal, I'm gonna bring you on real quick, all right, boss? Jamal, I'm gonna bring you on. Want to give this young man here a huge big ups. He just turned pro this past weekend here at the Natural Century Valley Championship. What's going on, Jamal?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing much. How you doing, WNBF Pro?
I'm still like riding on a high right now.
That's what's up.
Good.
That's what's up. And not only did this guy turn pro, he's actually going to compete as a WNBF Pro at the Phoenician Classic. He's making it his pro debut.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited.
Yeah, I see you like to do it big.
Well, what other way is there?
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, man, I just want to give you a huge congratulations. This has been kind of like overdue. Like just to give people just a quick recap. Like, how many years have you competed in? How many shows did you have to compete in before you turned pro?
Okay, so in the IMBF, I started in 2019. So
Okay.
April 2019 was like the first West Coast show. And I had only done one show before that, and that was with the NFF, Naturally Fit Federation.
Uh-huh.
And it was a whole different experience. It was a good experience, but it was a whole different experience.
Mm.
And I competed all of 2018. I did 4 shows, got 1 overall win, but it wasn't a pro qualifier. And so I competed those 4 shows. Had to take a break last year because of the pandemic. It just kept grinding, even though there weren't any shows. And came back, did 2 shows this year. First one I won the overall, and this last one I won the overall. So
nice.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's been longer. Sounds like it's been like quite a journey here for you.
It's been 3 years.
Okay.
But you know what? That time honestly was needed. I needed to grow. I needed to learn who I was in the sport and remind myself that it was about just bringing my best every time. So even though it was like disappointing when I didn't win, or I think I needed those times to actually get to this point, and it's made me a better athlete overall.
Awesome. So during the I like to call it the grinding phase, because you're grinding like to really become a pro, and it's like sometimes it becomes like nerve-wracking, and you just want, sometimes you just want to like just throw in the towel. I'm just calling like I see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really want to throw in the towel and just like screw this mess. Like, what was a defining moment for you, or a trajectory moment for you that caused you to go, okay, this is very doable, or this is like, oh, I just want to shut it down because I don't see it happening. Like, was there a defining point that threw you in one trajectory or another?
Um, you know, I think it was after I came off that I I got an overall win at River City, and then I
Mm-hmm.
came back for Central Valley,
Uh-huh.
which is what I just won, and I came in fifth.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
like, how do I go from winning an overall to, being in fifth place? And that, it messed with me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think so. I decided that I was just gonna keep going. Um, I realized that one thing you can't control is who shows up. And they may just have been at it longer than you. They may be a little bit tighter than you, and they may edge you out. And I really had to think about it more of like, okay, if I'm coming in better every time, then I've already won, and not worry about where I'm placing. And then I just kind of had it in my mind that, I want to become pro, and when it's my time, it'll happen. I just have to
Awesome.
I have to be there. If I'm not there, it'll never happen.
Just, man, you got to be in the game to play the game and to win the
Right.
game.
Right. Exactly.
That's what's
Yeah, I talked to
up.
a lot of guys who are like, "Oh, I want to compete, but I'm waiting because I need to." And I'm like, "No, you just got to jump in. You got to find a show, set your time, and do it.
Right, right.
Otherwise, you'll never do it."
This is very true. Like a lot of things in life.
Yes. Yes.
Very true. Very true. Now, now that you got your, now that you kind of like accomplished this aspect that was kind of haunting you for a little bit, um, what's next? I know you're gonna do pro debut at the Phoenician Classic. Where do you see yourself? Like, let's say in the next 2 or 3 years, first competing and things like that.
Well, eventually, I mean, I want that world title. So
I ain't even mad at you.
I mean, why not, right?
Why
Might as
not?
well shoot for the stars, right?
Right,
So,
right. Yeah.
I think so. This year, I'm actually going to compete in Worlds just
Okay.
to get my feet wet to see how it is. I'm sure it's going to be the top of the top, the cream of the crop. So it should be fun. It'll be a learning experience. Next year, I think I'm going to take a bit of a break, but I'm still
Okay.
planning on competing next year.
Okay.
Probably towards the end of the season,
Right.
and then, but just keep trying to build, keep trying to build. This is like, it's a marathon. It's not something that happens overnight. I mean, it took me. I literally started prepping for my first show 6 weeks before it happened, and I've basically been training this whole 3 years, and I've seen the change over time. And
Mm-hmm.
I could just imagine in 3 years where I'll be. Because now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm a little embarrassed at where I was.
I called myself winning a show 3 years ago.
Right, right. And so now it's like, okay, where am I going to be in 3 years? 3 years from now, because
Right.
that's how I'm thinking, And
Okay.
I want to be able to compete with those pros at
Yeah.
the world championship level from all over the world. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. Well, I'll have my peepers on and on the lookout, because man, you just a rising talent that I'm really enjoying watching the journey myself, just from afar, and also getting to know you personally. It's just like, man, I'm looking forward to this. I'm really, really am.
Oh,
so
good. Good. I am
so
too.
I'm
I'm excited.
so, so I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm glad you popped in, and congratulations, my man.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on putting a exclamation point on something that you started.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in a little over a
Yeah,
week.
yeah, little less than a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Yeah. I'll
over
be
a week.
flying in on Wednesday. So
Oh, great. Awesome. Well, I guess I'll see you early.
all right.
All right, brother.
All right.
Peace. Peace. That was my man Jamal, aka Skinny Boy Vegan Gains. Just turned pro at the INBF Central Valley Championship. There's one more great show that's happening in Dallas this next weekend, coming up on the 28th. Where if you're trying to become a pro in men's physique or women's bikini, this is like the last show before the Phoenician Classic happens, where you can go ahead and turn pro and then compete at the Phoenician Classic as a WNBF pro. Now, there's tons of other shows that's happening beyond the West Coast in WNBF, INBF. You just need to go to worldnaturalbb.com and you get a full listing of all the shows that's happening. All right, every last show that's happening in the INBF WNBF Federation. Okay. Other than that, just some quick updates. Okay, like I'm closing down registration here on Saturday. All right, registration's closing Saturday 10 p.m. No ifs, ands, buts about it, because I need the remainder of that time to finalize the show as far as order of events, things of that nature. So if you're on the fence about competing and you want to know what's going to be a pro class and where we're at with pro classes and things like that, man, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to give you that information. All right. And if you're trying to chase down the pro card, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to tell you what classes are knocking on the back door of turning pro and what classes are already going to be a pro qualifier. You know, I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't hide anything. I get where everyone's coming from. Some people need to do a show, just like Jamal said, just to get ready to jumpstart. And if Phoenician Classic is going to be your first show to jumpstart into, I'm going to apologize right now because I'm going to ruin your idea of what a show should look like. All right. I'm going to kind of crush that. It's going to kind of mess you up a little bit, the way that how this show operates versus any other show you compete in afterwards. All right. If you've already been competing in shows and you've never competed at the Phoenician Classic before, I want to apologize right now again. All right. I want to apologize right now. Because of what we do and how we do it, you know, we're going to elevate the standard of how shows should be ran. So we kind of do that. You know, other judges and other promoters kind of call the Phoenician Classic the show of shows. So with that being said, man, registration shuts down on Saturday. As far as late fees goes, no late fees will be waived. I'm just being real with you, like because of the amount of marketing and the amount of updates that we constantly give on a weekly basis. Everyone knows when, I shouldn't say everyone because I shouldn't speak in absolutes. I should say a great deal of people know when this show is happening. A great deal of people know when the late fee started on registration, because I had tons of people reach out to me, asking me about waiving the registration fee or asking me, trying to re-verify when I'm closing down registration. Once I close down registration is closed. It's a done deal. That's the wrap. All right. Won't be taking any more registration, and also will not be waiving any late fees at all whatsoever. I started marketing when I started marketing the show was about 26 weeks out. So yeah, plenty of time. Had plenty of time to make that decision. All right. Yeah, plenty of time to make that decision. And then when I actually started applying late fees, it was 4 weeks before the Phoenician Classic. So late fees won't be waived. I mean, I can't stress that enough. Other than that, man, I just want to tell you that everything's in. The last thing I'm actually working on is getting the swords, the swords engraved for us, the trophies. We're giving swords as trophies this year, and I just got the swords over to my engraver. They took forever to get in, so I got them over to my engraver. He's working on engraving the swords with the Phoenician Classic logo and things like that. So we're getting the swords engraved and squared away and taken care of, so that way we can have them at the venue and be, you know, have the swords ready to give out as trophies. The WNBF Pros, your hydro flasks are in. They're done, completed. They look immaculate. I can't wait for you guys to open this box and see this flask, like this hydro flask. Like, man, I cannot think Danny would make it count for Danny, who gave me her connection to get these hydro flasks done, to get the engraving done on them. So the pros are going to be happy with these flasks. Amateurs, you're going to be a little bit upset at what the pros flasks look like. Sorry. I'm sorry. Man, other than that, if you got questions, concerns, complaints, please do not hesitate. Shoot me a inbox message or hit me up on Phoenician Classic at PhoenicianClassic.com. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, concerns, complaints that you may have, and and get any information you need back to you. Doesn't matter to me what organization you compete with. I can care less. I'm just all about making sure that the natural athletes have a platform to actually have some discussion to get some questions answered. Because I talked to a bunch of other promoters that in other organizations, so it's just when your heart and mind is into the right place, other people tend to open up to you regardless of what federation you're in. So it doesn't matter what federation you're in. With me, I'm willing to talk to anyone, get anyone's questions answered for them. Doesn't matter. All right, always been the way I've operated. Guys, looking forward to seeing a bunch of you. Actually 54 of you. I'm looking forward to seeing 54 of you. This is the first time the Phoenician Classic hit the over 50 athletes mark, and I'm looking forward to seeing all 54 of you guys next week when you come in for polygraphs, aka the athlete check-in. When you come in this week, meet some of you for the first time, meeting some of you from off camera, from the camera, actually in person, and looking forward to chit chatting with you guys, every last one of you in person, and just give you a rundown of what's going on. So if there's no questions, I'm gonna stop running my mouth. I got some other work I need to do for you guys because I'm always working for you. I feel like I'm never working for myself, but I got some more work I need to do for you to make sure that your show goes as smoothly as possible. Make sure your show hits off without missing a beat. All right. So no questions, no concerns, no complaints that you want to type in the comments right now. Cool. If you do, you can always DM me. You can always shoot me an email. All right. That's all I got. I'll check in Thursday with you guys. Maybe I will pull another live interview on Thursday morning. I'll do it at my normally scheduled time. Pull another live interview at my normally scheduled time on Thursday. Quick check in on Thursday. And after that, man, you might not see me again until it's time for polygraphs. All right, everyone. Be easy.